in today's video we're going to be getting the plasterboarding done. It's about 9 o'clock at night now. So it's going to be a full-on couple of hours to try and get at least the ceiling done, if not more. So stick around and we'll see how far we get. Right, I need to pull some more lighting in here so we can see what we're doing. I've got my board lift ready, so this should work okay. And I've also got my plasterboard here, which I just picked up a little earlier in the day. 20 sheets. That camper van is definitely earning its keep. So we should be able to get, I think that'll take most of the walls, that'll do most of the walls. Just this stud wall needs to be done with some other boards tomorrow, but we'll see how far we get. It's going to be a late one. Taking a little while on this first one because everything really sets off that one. Also, Dad and I were using different code markings when we were coming to do the insulation, so we were trying to mark for the studs to show where they were, but also the joists, and we're obviously marking over each other, so I think that's now where we want it. Going alright so far. This one I just put a little bit of that PU adhesive down one edge, just where it's not catching the joist on that far side. I'm not too worried about it. The plasterboard from the wall will be underneath it anyway, so it should be alright. You can get a bit carried away, I think, by putting timber just about everywhere. Whereas I know that this insulation is screwed in nicely, and just where I think it's needed, just a little bit of that adhesive will bond it to it. Right, tonight has now become tomorrow. It's gone midnight, and although I've only got 2 small pieces to fit, I'm just... I need to call it now. I did get the ceiling done last night, but it's still a little way to go. Fortunately, the plasterer is busy on a rendering job that got delayed with rain, so that buys me another couple of days. So that's kind of a blessing in disguise, really. But yeah, I'm just grabbing in an hour here and there, get it done. So here's my hour. Let's hit this off. Okay, another bit of backwards engineering. I've taken them about 120mm off the floor. That's going to allow for our insulation and our floorboards. It's going to be a floating floor, and then the plasterboard will be off a bit. The reason I haven't got around to doing that is because the pressure was on to get the walls plastered, so I could move the workshop back in. I can do the floor in the future. Now there's a bit of a delay with the plasterer. There's a chance I can get it done, but just in case, I want to get all the walls ready. So that's off enough, but I haven't fixed that in completely because it's easier for me to sit this bottom row in, then sit the board up on top of that to take the weight of it to fix it in, and then I'll just pull these back off later where I can cut out the socket holes. I just haven't got around to doing that placing yet, so yeah, it'll be alright. Just working backwards as usual. Alright, this is where it gets fun. Right, I think it's fair to say we're getting somewhere now, but I think it's a good time to just clear down everything, sweep down, vacuum, and then just reassess the situation. I need to see how many boards I need to go out and buy. I've also got to do the last row of timbers up there to fix that piece up, and yeah, it's just I need a bit of clear thinking space. I also want to have a crack at getting the self-leveling sorted this evening, and then it'll be hopefully be able to walked on tomorrow. But it's all right, getting a bit of a rhythm going. All the cabling is in, so all the wiring is just an extension to the ring that we have there. The building control guy said he was happy to oversee it like that, or we could get the electrician in to do the final bit. So it's basically in conduit all the way, be sub floor level, but a continuous conduit all the way around, and then it just runs up about 450, 500 mil at the wall to a box, again in conduit up there. So it's all pretty simple, but an awful lot of screwing. Well, we're getting even quicker now. I mean, that's a very straightforward board to do. All the studs are nicely centered. And I'm not doing any guesswork like I am with some of the insulation. Right, next job is the door lining. So this is our door opening. And what I've just done is made sure it's super square, because everything I've done in the house, I've kind of rushed at this point. And there's little things I notice when I'm walking around. So if I can get this one nicer, I won't have to bother myself each day when I walk through it. So we'll get the door lining on, and then everything we've plastered up to that. Hopefully we can squeeze it in there. And I've also doubled up the stud on this side. This is the hinge side. I'll probably do the same on this one. Just gives it a really good amount of strength. Probably unnecessary, but that's the way I'll go. Well, the room is complete. The last few bits were just taking so much time. We used all the fiddly bits, trying to use up the last few cuts of plasterboard. There's a few more joins on the last bits, but that's fine. It's the beauty of being skimmed rather than messing around with drywall. So that's that side of things done. Plaster is arriving at 6 AM, so I'm keen to get everything just cleaned down, everything in. I've got to bring in all the multi-finish from the van in a minute. And everything else, I'm going to scrim it in the morning, just because, no my luck, I'll stick it all up and it'll probably be off by the time I wake up. So my last job to do is the window reveal, so I'll show you what I'm going to do there. So in true Tim fashion, I'm not ready really to be plastering, because my window isn't in yet. Ideally the window would be in, I'd board up to the window on all the reveals, and then plaster up to the corner bead. Because my window isn't in yet, I'm going to cut that in from the outside. I need to make sure that I've got an angle on here, a bead to skim up to. So the way to do that, which I've had to do in the past, learning from experience of being unplanned, is to install our corner bead here, but to make sure that I have a certain amount of plasterboard on the reveal ready. And then I can add the second bit of plasterboard up to the window, and that'll be skimmed. So basically, when we come to do the second room, I can get him to skim that and then just come in and just do the reveals, and they'll all be nice and ready and the window will be in. But it means I have to get this in now. Unfortunately, I started cutting up and throwing away all the plasterboard. I've got one kind of half strip left, so I'm hoping I can just do maybe a 50mm strip all the way around, install the corner bead, and be done with it. So having managed to get that final bit done, the plaster showed up at 6 AM the next morning, and as you can see, the skim went on and it's all pretty much ready by the end of the year. So I might try and squeeze that video in before New Year, but if not, have a great New Year and we'll pick it up 1st of January. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.